been it's been all good. Everything is popping. When you see the peak papa pumping it up, that's what it is, man.
I saw you had your Indomie. Is that noodles or what you
It's
prepare last
Indomie
time?
in a different level. I
Yeah, in a
don't just eat Indomie without spicing it up, you know.
I was saying,
As you guys, as you know, I come from Indonesia, so the original source of Indomie. The name of Indomie is Mr. Noodle.
oh really?
He passed away at the age of 96. So
Wow.
yeah, it's from Indonesia. That's what they call Indomie.
Wow. I don't know. Yeah, Asians they like it. Like nasi goreng. You know, when I was in Malaysia, I saw them eat a lot of nasi goreng. But
You see, you actually know that the rice got two different names in Indonesia. And when you say nasi goreng, nasi is the cook. It's already the cook. There's the cook one.
okay.
The goreng that is fried.
Ah,
So when I say nasi goreng fried rice,
oh man.
so the one that is not cooked is called brass.
Okay.
So that is so if you go to the shop and tell you you're going to buy nasi goreng and you're looking for uncooked rice, they won't
Yeah.
say to you, even though you are looking at it. They just say, "Oh, sorry, we don't have nasi goreng." So
Ah.
if you want to go buy the uncooked one, you just tell them you're looking for brass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is
When I was in Malaysia, I stopped learning language because my head is full of languages. I speak so many languages in my head, but I stopped. I say I'm not going to. Even all I learned from in Malay is only apakaba.
bye bye.
Yeah, that's all I learned in Malay. But one thing is that people don't know. I speak Vietnamese very fluently. I can write Vietnamese very well. You know.
Okay. I used to have a
Yeah.
lot. I got Vietnamese visa, but the day I was going to go to Vietnam, the
Yeah.
same day they gave me an Australian visa, the same day they give me a New Zealand visa. So I
All
had to
right.
choose. Yeah, the same day. I got Australian visa, I got Indonesia visa, and I got the Vietnamese visa.
Oh man.
All the
Yeah,
same day.
Vietnam is a nice country. They have a lot of things that I really enjoy. Like I'm
Yeah,
organic person.
it's an ancient land. And I've been to Cambodia, but I've never been in
Yeah,
Vietnam.
yeah. During those days, I remember maybe in 90, was it 2000 or 1999, 2000, I think we used to pay about $10 from Vietnam to Cambodia. If you want to extend your visa those days, I remember they always give us
Oh,
like
okay.
they always give us like almost 6 months visa.
I went to Cambodia for 2 weeks, and then I went back to Singapore. I was
Yeah,
there for 2 weeks. Yeah.
yeah, in those days when you are there, they will give you those visa. But you know, as things goes by, they will become
They tell you to go and pick it up from your country.
yeah, they begin to locate begin to reduce our movement. Those days when you pass the
Yeah,
border,
I can tell.
you have
Remember, the
to,
last time I went to Singapore to pick up Indonesia visa,
yeah.
I was told I can't get it.
Ah,
I have to fly back to South Africa to pick up the visa and fly back. You
oh
can't
man,
imagine the lot of stress involved in that. After arriving at in Singapore to pick up Indonesia visa, they said to you, "Sorry, we are no longer issuing visa to Africans. You have to go and pick it up from Africa."
oh man, yeah.
Yes,
I found
but I
it,
need to go to Indonesia. All the things I was going to buy, I have to get them from Indonesia. So I have to fly back to Singapore, to South Africa, pick it up in Pretoria, and then fly back after 2 days.
oh
So
man.
that's what it is.
I've been longing to go to South Africa before, before I listened to you. But
It's a very beautiful place.
it's a very beautiful country, but a lot of restriction. I don't think a lot of I don't want to say it, but a lot of crimes and things like that in South Africa that makes you uneasy to go to such a country. You know?
Um, Back in the days, it was even tougher than now, and things we still go in and out. I remember I used to go from Malawi to South Africa. I go through Swaziland and I fly from Swaziland to Joburg. If I'm in a hurry to catch up flight, I'll go by flight from Swaziland. Otherwise, I'll go through Mozambique. Mozambique. Hold
Oh,
on a minute.
no worries. So, guys,
Yes.
like you see, we have what we are talking about today is about to do with African country. So that tells you how easy an African country have come, how easy that other countries, they plan their way. And was just now we're going telling you guys, kind of movement. Just giving you a bit about myself. You can listen properly to it.
South Africa is it's a very beautiful country. It didn't do me anything wrong. It's just that the way things went so fast. You see,
Mm,
black people never train
mm,
to handle power in a very good way. We always fight for power, but we don't have the justification or the morality to hold on to it to give the state or the country a more reliable accountability and transparencies. So black man is a source of corruption. It's like a source of a river,
mm,
corruption in Africa. So,
mm.
and in terms of politics, they're not prepared. They're only after the money. So if you are in Africa, everything is all about money. If you want to look at from Central Africa down to Malawi, Burundi, Zaire, down to Mozambique, it's
Mm.
very, very, very fragile and terrible environment.
Mm.
You might not understand if let diagnose um, Congo Brazzaville.
Mm.
Congo Brazzaville and Congo Kinshasa is the closest capital city in the world. Probably about 30 minutes apart from each other because there's a river separating it.
Mm.
Yeah, I've been there. I saw it. And the war that break out of Congo Brazzaville was an issue of a military man handing over power to a civilian government and hoping to get it back after the civilian have ruled. It kind of it's kind of swap. It's okay. I'm gonna go off my uniform and I'll hand over you the government. After so years, I'll come back as a politician. You hand over the government back to me. There's a case of
Thank
Pascal Lisuba,
you. Thank you for
case
sharing.
of Pascal Lisuba and Sanso Ngweso.
Mm.
And Sanso Ngweso was married to the daughter of Umar Bongo, the former president of Gabon. So
Okay.
that's why Umar Bongo was involved in their crisis. So the war broke out because the civilian
So,
government
Sammy,
refused to
thank
hand
you very
over.
much for sharing.
The civilian government refused to hand over the government
Mm.
to the then military man who hand over to him. And the guy
Wow.
thought he's in charge. You know, when a military man leave a government, he's still there. He only just took off his uniform. He leave all his carcass behind. He said,
Mm.
okay, if this guy is not going to give me the power, I'm going to strike. So when he was handing over power to civilian, he has planted all the ammunition on the ground, sealed up by the military. So Sanso Gueso and Pastor Lusuba went on the headlock and destroyed the whole country because um, the civilian government was selling oil to America and French government wanted to buy it.
Mm.
See where the clashes come from. Because the French believe they are the owner of Africa, French, all the French nations.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they deem it to they are the right person owing to that. So that's what led to that bloody civil war that destroyed
Oh.
that country. And then you
Oh.
go back to Central Africa, Emperor Pukasa, who declared himself the 13th apostle of Jesus Christ and feed on
Mhm.
human bread. So Africa is been in a very terrible state. And you see Mobutu Sese Seko, I think 1994, I was in Kinshasa. When Mobutu is coming to Kinshasa, he switch off the whole light off.
What? Why?
That's how I tell you how devilish human being can be. a switch off the lights. I don't know. He was ruling the country for Kabul from the high sea. He was never in the land. So to go get him, you have to go on the high sea. He was in a ship ruling the country.
Wow.
And he ascended to heaven the way they show it, the way he pictured himself, that he was, when he died, he was going to heaven like Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
Now it's really, really, really. And then when he left, Laurent Kabila took over. And Laurent Kabila was a warlord. And the son that is ruling now was an adopted child. And, you know, that's why when he overthrew Kabila and killed him, he never have any feeling for him.
Oh.
That is to tell you how Africa. If you go back to look at Nyerere of Tanzania, you look at what's it called? Kenneth Kaunda of Zambia, who's actually from Malawi, from Muzimba. He's never in Zambia, KK11. And you look at Kamuzubanda, his real name is Christopher Armstrong. He was not actually a Malawian. The real Malawian died in America. The real one, the real Kamuzubanda. It was, Africa was messed up. And if you see to go to Mozambique, the president of Mozambique who died in a plane crash between between South African borders and Mozambique border. What's his name? Forgot his name now. He actually never died in that plane crash, and we understand he was killed. The people that went to rescue him. It's actually terrible. The way they infiltrated Africa and the way they deal with Africa. Look at the Yedema of Togo, who was also not from Togo. I think he's in Nigeria. Momo of Sierra Leone is in Nigeria. All these guys, that's why when they ruled with iron fist. They really never cared about the people. They were actually there to infect poverty on them. So when they say politics, Africa's version of politics is corruption. They are actually never there for the citizens. If you listen to my broadcast today, I was trying to make an analysis about the two states, the people born in the 90s to this day have actually don't know what is the tap water. So when you're talking about tap water, the people think it's borehole.
Oh man.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So in those states, people born from the 90s to this day have never witnessed what we call tap water. All they know is water from the borehole or from the well. So when you're talking about industrialization, when you're talking about security, when you're talking about development, and you make mention of water, they will tell you borehole. God bless those states with borehole, and that is what it is. If you have a borehole in your house, you own heaven.
You know, I have a problem with that borehole because borehole is like time bomb. You know, the way from here to here borehole, from here to here borehole. When those things echo and explode, the country will be in a mess. No control.
There's no control over it. You see, borehole is supposed to be 600 meters from each other.
Yes.
So you plant a borehole in your house with 2 socks away in the back of your house. The water is sinking to the ground, and you are pulling it out from the sock away from the borehole from the other end. And when you see people getting typhoid, malaria, all sort of chickenpox, all sort of diseases, nobody knows where all these diseases are coming from. You can defecate all the rubbish of your stomach in about 50 meters from your borehole.
Before I always say maybe why Africa is not developing is because Africa has nothing. Until I travel. But when I travel, I start crying. You look at countries like Singapore, they got nothing. They only eat by tax. Even Malaysia that came to Nigeria to took palm tree. Today, Malaysia is the world leading. And look, even Vietnam, we are saying about, even Cambodia, the way those people develop, That's why sometimes, people tell me that they commit crime because of something. I say, no, there's no excuse for you to commit crime. Because go to Laos. I've been to Laos. See how poor these people are. But still, they still manage themselves and build some nice things. Have steady life. If you look at our headline today, Terry Jerry was saying that Nigeria leaders are riding bicycle, while other countries' leaders are building infrastructures, they are building good roads, a lot of things they are building, good medical facilities. But in Africa, tell me a country in Africa today that you can be proudly have a good medical facility. Even the North Africans, when we talk about Africa, we are talking mainly, we're looking at the blacks. We've forgotten that the Egyptians, the Africans, the Algerians, they are a bit organized than we. Like you said, I begin to question the black race himself. Where have we gone wrong as a black people?
You see, we got it all wrong from the time we allowed the slave trade to start. The white people came to ask for more power. They never actually came for slave trade. Because we were so wicked, we were using human to do whatever we want. So when the white people came, they now find it as a means of exchange for gold and more power. So they get a gold from the white people and then give them more power. The more power they were giving was a form of human being. They were selling people for gold, for frankincense, for all sort of materials. You think that was going to bring development? We were developed before the white people came to Africa. We were almost fully industrialized before the white people come to Africa. When the white people came, things begin to shift. Things begin to shift. If you, like I said it before, and I'm going to repeat again, the time that white people were industrializing their country, they were sowing seed to do better things for their people. Africa was sowing seed in building churches. And that is what we still building churches now. We stuck in colonization while the white people are in space race. See, colonization, you have before you have independence. When you get independence, you begin to have industrialization. From industrialization, you have globalization. From globalization, then you're talking about space race. We are still in colonization. We still blame people. We blame the British. We blame everybody, but not ourselves.
Yeah.
That is where our problem lies. You see, Africans have one of the best fertile land on earth that does not require fertilizer.
Yes, yes, yes.
I can remember in the days we do what we call crop rotation cropping, rotation farming, or crop rotation. We farm here, cassava here, we plant cocoa in the midst bit by bit, and then the next year we move our yam to where we plant the cassava and take the cassava back to where we plant the yam, and we start rotating. We have 7 years rotational period. Every land we leave, we let it grow for 7 years before coming back to it. You see, then there were massive lands. The population was not that much. Just the way it is now. Everybody has jet out. We're in a jet race. Everybody wants to quickly run out of the country. Yes. Nobody wants to stay in the village anymore. Nobody wants to do farming. Majority of everyone in Africa want to go to Europe. And the Europeans that know the truth about movement, geographical locations, they call you back to Africa that we are living to go and take our oil. They go and take they are the one doing the mining. They are the one doing all sorts of taking our gold, our silver, our emeralds, sapphire, name it, cocoa. They are the one taking it. Huh. Come here, you see chocolate everywhere in abundance. We have it in Africa in abundance. That we have only in Nigeria. Forget about Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ghana, whatever. The one in Nigeria alone is enough to feed the whole of Africa with chocolate and then export to the world. Politics has become a system. politics, forget about democracy or communism or economists. The word politics is supposed to be a word of freedom for us to be able to determine who governs us. But we respect money. We let money govern us instead of us to govern money.
Mm-hmm.
So our principles, the principal people who are supposed to look after our mineral resources are actually selling it through the back door.
Oh man.
If we have in Edo State have more than probably about 15 or 16 minerals you can get. Adamawa State have the highest in Nigeria. Those states have more than 15. We have natural gas, we have oil, we have gold, we have columbite, we have clay, and we have, then you go to cash crops. We have yams, pepper, all sort of vegetables, watermelons, cassava, cocoyams, and pepper. So many things you want to take a plantain, the pineapple, pawpaw. We go to the fruits, we have pear, all sort of pear. We have the little cherry, we have the little pear for corn, we have the real pear that is here. So if you look at the whole state and someone tell you he can't eat a square meal, you begin to wonder, where do we go it wrong? Who is to blame? I tried to do a lot of analysis to this politics of Edo State and Ondo State, that is what's going on right now. And people think, oh, why are you supporting a candidate and when you are living this? Governorship in Nigeria is 8 years. They take it as 8 years bed right. If I voted him as a governor, it's my right to be there for 8 years. Whether I perform, I don't perform, nobody give a damn.
Which is very bad.
See, there's no constitutional right. There's no constitutional right in our constitution to say you are going to be 8 years as a governor. Your 4 years, you win because of popularity of the highest bidder, not because you merited the opposition, because you were planted there because of the majority, the highest bidder. And then at the time you don't play party politics and you are actually not performing, they tell you to leave. Then you begin to say, no, it's not negotiable. My 8 years must complete.
That's crazy. Yes.
My 8 years must complete. And then when you have an opponent that have more power that you cannot crush, you begin to shrink into yourself and then creating havoc, creating distractions, trying to destroy people's lives and properties that we were meant to protect. I keep on telling people that the life we live is what we make out of it. We have given room for all these people to trample on our rights and privileges for so long that no one is talking about it. And when you speak the truth, the people watching you want to go to war. You see, every time I come online, you see how many comments I get. Majority of those comments, some of them is go there and challenge you. The people will go there and tell you, why are you supporting this person? Why are you not supporting this person? Why did someone do 8 years? Doesn't want this one to come and do 8 years? And I begin to let them to have to lecture these people, because politics is a game of number, a game of popularity, and it's a game of respect. In a society where you don't have respect for the elders, all of them are going to turn their back on you, whether you are doing good or not. The moment the elders turn back on you, you are gone. So party politics is what is. People vote for party in Nigeria instead of the person.
Yeah, that's a very deadly thing, you know.
At the time you have the two together, when they try to crush you, it becomes difficult. If they choose you as a person to vote for, and they choose you for party as well, you have two. It's more or less like a preacher and a teacher. They are two different things. A pastor that preach and a pastor that teach. Both of them cannot be in the same, cannot do the same thing. So if you are able to be blessed by teaching and preaching, believe me honestly, you will win a lot of crowd. You are not actually converted there, but because you got that prolific accent of speaking, that sense of bringing people together, you get a lot of followers. So politics is a very, very dirty game when it comes to Africa. It's also dirty in other parts of the world, but most of the industrialized and developed countries like Australia, Germany, UK, America, Canada, Spain, Italy, maybe the whole of European countries, aside